everybody, I'm Kasey Stone with Clerestory Design. We are here in the historic Webb House built in 1922, and we are about to convert this office dining space into a primary bathroom. So this is a bit of a transition for us. It's not a kitchen. Lately, everything we've done is kitchens, but this is going to be a bathroom and closet project. All right, so this house does not have a downstairs bedroom. And thinking about aging in place, we are gonna actually convert this living room that I'm standing in now into a primary bedroom. And then this is going to be a bath. So you can see that the homeowner has marked some things off. This side is going to be a bathroom. So we've got a shower here, a little toilet niche there. There will be a vanity here and then some nice storage with a big countertop. And then this is gonna become a closet. So some type of doors here. We can't quite figure out exactly what we wanna do. We thought we would kind of frame it out and then feel what the doors should be. And then on this wall, Jesus is gonna work his magic and build floor to ceiling, shelving, hanging racks. So lots to do in here. Oh, and then we're gonna put some French doors here. We wanted to do pocket doors, but we didn't have the ability. That just didn't work. So we're gonna do sliding, not barn doors, but sliding French style doors here. Amazing ceilings, a little over 10 foot. We are hoping that we can keep the ceiling height. Of course, we've got to run electrical here. We've got to vent our plumbing, and we've got to do an exhaust. So what we're hoping is that we can build this closet here and just drop the ceiling in this closet so that we can access the outside for all of our vents. We have beautiful hardwood floors that we're absolutely gonna protect. In fact, the first thing Jesus is doing is getting ready to put brown paper down to cover all of this up. We've got these adorable little bookcases. We are gonna very carefully try to remove those in hopes that they can be relocated because they're precious. Okay, we've been here a couple of hours. We've gotten to work. We are removing baseboards. We removed these cute little curio cabinets that were over here. They came out in a couple of pieces, which is good because we're definitely gonna save those. So we have spent weeks drawing this out, planning this out. We taped it on the homeowner taped it on the floor, and now they want to make some changes, but that's great. If we're going to make changes, now's the time to do it. So we've decided to just focus on framing up that shower first, see how that feels, and then decide if we need to make any changes to this side. We're gonna keep doing our delicate demo, and then we're gonna do a little bit of framing. We're gonna take this in steps and see how everything works together. So the curio cabinets were carefully removed, and we know that we're gonna reallocate one to right here. We're gonna relocate that to there. We obviously got the baseboards off. Now we don't have a lot to do before we have to get in our electricians and plumbers, so they will deal with some of these power issues. We have a basement underneath, so all of our plumbing is gonna run that way. We're gonna take this radiator out. It is not functioning, but it is heavy, so we're probably gonna wait till we've got more hands on deck. And under that curio, I found some old scraps from the Washington Building and Loan Association. And this is a letter from the Kiwanis Club dated 101 years ago. Very, very cool. I'm gonna give this to the homeowner, but really quick, I wanted you guys to see it. First two walls of the shower are built and in place. We're getting ready to build this floor to ceiling wall that's going to divide the water closet area from the shower. Jesus is cutting that trim up there so we don't have to take all the trim off. We're just gonna cut it out, build up to that wall. Of course, we're working with plaster, so we want to do as little as possible to damage these walls. You'll never believe this, but this wall and this wall are not plumb and they're not level. And we're struggling a little bit. We've got our handy dandy laser level out here. We are, part of why I'm struggling is because we have to have a certain amount of space there to meet code. We've got to have 30 inches once we're finished to have space to put a toilet there. We've got to be sure that we've got that space, but we're not taking up too much space because we don't want to rob too much from our shower. The sun is going down, but we are still working. So we are still building this floor to ceiling wall. We are revisiting this area and I'm perplexed. So this blue L-shaped line here, this was gonna be almost like an island, really a peninsula because it ties into the wall, but sink over here and then island here. And then this was gonna be just a regular old closet. Now we don't like that idea. We've got to go back to the drawing board. But this wall is coming together and we've decided to put a transom window in here. So the shower head and all is going to be on this wall. We're going to have a transom so that you can get some light and some air into the other side of that wall, which is where the toilet will be. We'll have a stone top here and then glass all the way around, a glass door, and then a solid tiled wall right there where Jesus is standing. All right, so the last time you saw us, we had just finished framing this out. We were working on this wall. The homeowners came in. They thought the shower was a little too small. I think they were right. And so we've made some changes. So the biggest change, one of the biggest changes, is this door is getting smaller. They had another door in the house, same style, a little bit smaller. So we are shrinking the width of this door, shrinking the width of the opening, and we're gonna make the shower a little bit bigger. It's not gonna change depth-wise, it's just gonna get a little wider. It's gonna come this way some. We've also made some changes over here. So Jesus and I just mapped out where this wall is gonna go now. All right, so originally we were building a closet here. It was going to be, you can see the blue tape. It was gonna be closeted off with doors. That has changed. These are now gonna be like armoire cabinets. Give us a little more space, a little more floor space. So the length is still about the same. We're gonna do two 24-inch cabinets. So 48 inches of cabinetry with some filler on either side because you know these walls are not plumb. So we're building the wall here. You can see this line. This is going to divide the closet from the bathroom. The plumbing is gonna come up in this wall and the sink is gonna be right here. So this side is closet and that side is bathroom. And then all of this blue taped off area is going to be almost like a peninsula or an island. There's gonna be drawers on both sides, countertop, maybe a pretty chandelier over it. So we've changed the drawings, we've mapped it out, and now we're getting ready to build this wall. All right, these guys have been working hard, so we have moved that door over. We were able to, of course, just keep that header, which is great. We didn't have to tear that out. We weren't making it bigger, we were making it smaller. So we've pulled that over. That door trim is gonna go right back in place, just shorten it. This shower wall is gonna move over, which is gonna give more floor space there. We've got to finish framing this wall, and then this is our corner. So the vanity will sit right here. You'll have mirror, two sconces on this wall. And then all of this will be counter space. So Jesus was able to carefully pull that wall out, pop some nails out, and then he's just gonna move it over and mount it a little over a little bit, give that shower a little more room. So while we were making it narrower and a little shorter, we also decided to change the swing so it swings out into the hallway instead of into the room, which will give a little more space and make sure we don't interfere with this cabinet going here. So not too bad for really 2 days work because Day 2 started, but then we stopped because of changes. So really like 2 days of work and a bunch of days of thinking and designing. We'll be back tomorrow. All right, we are back. We have had some holdups waiting on an inspector, but we passed inspection. And now our plumbers are here and we are ready to get back to work. Already started drilling the hole for the toilet. We're marking the drain in the shower. Next, we'll start working on the sink over there. We are getting to work. All right, so we have been busy. We've got the drain and the water lines and the vent and the toilet water line and the flange. And that's going to be a drain. They needed to pick up an extra fitting. And we've got the valve in for the shower. So we are calling it a day. The plumbers have done a lot over here. They'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. I hope you'll be back tomorrow.